Hello everyone, welcome to the grand finals of Bridge Brawl, where we have Pete Hollins facing up against Ka-Chung. They're competing for a whopping over $1,000 right now. Both of these teams have already locked up over $1,000 in prize money, but first place is going to take home $2,080, and the loser will still walk away with $1,040, split amongst the team members, of course. So how did they all get here? I think that is an important thing to take a look at. Over on the round robin side, so we had Pete Hollins and Ka-Chung qualified into the quarterfinals directly, with Pete Hollins taking home first on their round robin of the 9 teams, and Ka-Chung over here ended up in third place, but still good enough to skip over some of the preliminary matchups. And then moving forward, Pete Hollins ended up taking down Bridge Overlord in the first quarterfinal. Then they took down NYC Bridge, who ended up being one of the second place finishers in their round robin stage. And now they face up against Ka-Chung, who went through first John Stell. We actually watched that match many weeks ago at this point on the channel. And even though you see the result 20-15, the tie-breaking system here is not like anything that you've seen before. There are beer card points, there are board-a-match points, and you have to win by at least 7 imps. Otherwise, the match is considered a tie, which is how John Stell got eliminated. Then Ka-Chung took down Bridge with Steve in what looks like a very, very close matchup. And so both of those teams made it to the final. NYC Bridge and Bridge with Steve played maybe a couple days ago in their third place matchup, with NYC Bridge kind of dominating that set 38-10. 4 beers to 2 though, as well. There have been a lot of beer cards in these finals. And then in the challengers bracket, which is playing for about half of the same prize money, we have Paula Broom up against Bridge Babe 530. Both of those squads ended up making through quite a number of rounds as well to get there. We have Adam Kaplan playing with Pete Hollins. That's probably going to be a great table to watch, so let's head in there and get started. Yeah, as usual, some of these delayed broadcasts, there's a bit of a problem because we don't actually get to see the start of play. But looks like a fascinating hand to get things going at the start. A diamond passes spade, and West Cupid's 2 diamonds showing hearts and clubs. 5-5 in this spot. Very popular treatment. Support double showing 3 spades. East jumps to 3 hearts. I'm a little surprised about the 3 heart jump. I would probably prefer a 4 heart jump by East, just to put a little bit more pressure on the opponents. And then North-South do get to play in 4 spades, and with spades 2-2, this is going to be a very comfortable spot. I'm a bit surprised why West didn't lead their singleton. I mean, West has what looks like 2 tricks in their own hand, 2 aces, and all they would basically need would be for partner to have an entry somewhere. So that entry could have just been the ace of clubs, and they could get a diamond ruff. So very surprised about the non-singleton diamond lead. I mean, normally I don't like leading the opponent's suits here. North showed diamonds, but that does seem like a pretty effective way to try and beat the contract, I would think. Not going to matter much here. Not with the spades splitting and dummy having such good clubs. So even if West got a diamond ruff, so be it. That would be the 3rd defensive trick in this case. Declare going about, it looks like trying to get 1 heart ruff in, because realizes that a heart and a diamond can go on the ace king of clubs. Even if the spades don't split well. Not really sure what West is thinking about here. on the 7 of hearts lead towards dummy. Maybe realizing that they've already made a mistake by not leading their singleton diamond. That could be the case. But it's pretty likely to be 11 tricks at this point. And I guess the real question then is going to be, can Declare actually score a beer on the board? I imagine probably not. It's just going to take way too much effort for the diamonds to set up, and Declare doesn't really have the entries to do so. Declare is basically just going to have to adopt this plan of pitch a heart, pitch a diamond on the ace king of clubs, and ruff a heart, and then there really is no beer. Not familiar with everyone at the table. Supposedly Joanna Stansby. A little bit surprised that she's playing on this team. And then Lee Chung Chen, no idea who that is. But maybe West is a sponsor or something. I have no idea. A bit surprised about what Declare is doing here. It looks like Declare gave up an overtrick for no reason, roughing a club to ruff a heart rather than... Oh, no, never mind. I take it all back. He can just pull trumps now. Yeah, all seems pretty reasonable. And now a diamond goes on the club king. But as mentioned, no beer. I do wonder if players are going to play it out. I mean, it looks like Pete Hollins is going to play this one out. I don't really... there's no practical chance for a beer on this hand. Like, there's not even any squeeze, really. It's hard to squeeze someone if you have the rest of the tricks already. All right, there's the claim, 450. On to board 2. So Ace picks up a lovely 5-4, 2-2, 2 aces and a king. Definitely an opening bid, even if you're a little bit more of a conservative opening bidder. So we'll start a spade pass. West needs to decide if their hand is worth a 3-card limit raise or not. Probably not, I would say. Non-vulnerable. Like, you have this excellent source of tricks and clubs, but jacks are not great cards. No singleton. I think I would be a fan of a heavy 2 spades, but it might depend on what your system agreements are. So West bids 2 spades, North-South just going to stay out of the auction, and it looks like this is going to be where East-West play. I mean, on the surface, only 3 losers. Ace, Queen of Spades are on side, but not a lot of tricks for Declare. Now, with that said, I mean, if the defense goes like spade to the ace and a spade or something like that, not really sure why Declare put up the 10 of spades here, as opposed to playing low. But like, if it does go ace of spades, spade, I don't think North is going to play the hand that way. Then Declare could, in theory, pull trumps and duck a club and take quite a few tricks. Okay, actually, so that is exactly what North does. Spade to the ace and a spade. Trying to prevent as many red suit ruffs as possible. It's not match points, So the potential over tricks that Declare could score here, not going to be that impactful, I don't believe. Wow, we see 2 imps coming through on the very first board. Yeah, East-West get overboard, in fact. Actually, after a club opener, a strong club, East got very frisky at the other table, coming in with 1 heart on King Jack 4th and a flat balanced hand with a bunch of defense. I don't think that would be anyone's choice, but it was theirs in the other room. And then West... The players are having fun, right? That's what we're learning from this event. That we're not here to play bridge. We're here to have a good time. 1 heart, 1 spade, and West doesn't stick in a preempt there with 5-card heart support. Allows the opponents to bid up to 4 spades, and then bids 5 hearts, giving the opponents a free decision about what to do next. And they go after 5 hearts for a big penalty. So it looks like Declare is just electing to pull some trumps and duck a club. Not really sure what the alternative would have been, honestly, after 2 rounds of spades, because, well, you can't really rough any red suit losers anymore, rough any hearts in the West hand. But yeah, now that clubs have split, Declare can just throw all of their red suit losers and end up making 5, in fact, it looks like, on the hand. That is going to pick up 3 more imps for Team Kachung. And in this very short match, I mean, we might only go to 10 boards if one of the teams is winning by 7 or more imps by then. These small victories are going to stack up. So pass by South in first seat. West picks up a 12 count this time, gets to open a club. I suspect East-West are probably playing just a very vanilla 2/1. North can overcall a diamond. East can bid a spade with their 13. And I wouldn't be a 2-diamond raiser South. I know that some players like to do this, where just like raising your partner's overcall to the 2 level promises effectively nothing. It can be sometimes a little bit of an effective preempt, and it might work out okay here. I don't think it's going to keep East-West out of their most likely contract, which is probably going to be 3-0 where they end up. But I don't really see the reason to do it without honor 3rd in the diamond suit. I think Pete is probably a 2-diamond bidder, and he is. I think it's a little bit of style thing, but my personal preference is that I want my bids to have some sort of meaning as opposed to being purely destructive for our side. So either lead directional value, if I have queen 3rd or king 3rd of diamonds or something over here, then I'd be a lot more attracted to it, or some sort of game interest of some kind, especially at imps. 3-card spade support over there. So East can just balance 3 diamonds. I mean, maybe North is going to bid 3 diamonds. Okay, yeah, I was taking a look at Kaplan's hand. This makes a lot of sense. Now, this does give East-West the opportunity to get out in 3 diamonds doubled. And this might be pretty attractive to East here. Looking at this queen doubleton of diamonds, they don't have a spade fit. They don't have a heart fit. East can't be assured that their side has a diamond stopper at all. But East has a ton of aces and kings. So, so double showing cards. And West should just sit for this. West has 3 trumps. West is expecting a diamond lead. And you collect whatever aces and kings your side gets on defense. It doesn't seem, from West's perspective, as if you have a game anymore. But yeah, West bids 3 spades. I mean, this is not a good bid from West. And I mean, this is what can happen if you're too afraid of going after the opponents, especially at imps, for some of these penalties. Like, if East-West got to 3-0, I imagine they would probably have gone down. Is that correct? The Queen of Clubs is offside. So even though they have a diamond stopper, it just looks like they don't have enough tricks. I mean, I guess it's possible that on a low diamond lead, North could get strip squeezed. A lot of thinking to be done in 3-0 trump on a diamond lead where the queen holds the first trick or something like that. But yeah, I mean, East-West, if they're not comfortable doubling 3 diamonds and they don't have a method to bid 3-0 here, North-South's preemptive auction has been very effective. Yeah, and West just passes 4 clubs, which, I mean, might be for the best. Obviously, 4 spades and 5 clubs were not going to be pretty contracts of any kind. But this contract is also not going to make. So, huge missed opportunity for East-West, and North-South might be right back in the game. I mean, it looks like at least 5 defensive tricks here. Ace, King of Diamonds, a heart trick, and North has 2 natural club tricks to come. Not sure what South is doing exactly in terms of carding. I mean, it would make a lot more sense for South to play the 5 of diamonds on the second round of the suit here to show suit preference. This first card should be attitude or count or whatever your agreements are in this situation. So then your second card should be suit preference here. And so if South had signaled for hearts, of course, North would have switched to the stiff queen of hearts. But South didn't appear to signal for hearts, just plays the 3rd diamond, and so Declare able to pitch a heart from the dummy. Nothing the defense could really do about that. The heart was going away regardless because South has no entry. Yeah, wow, look at what happened in the other room. So at the other table, South passed in first seat. West opened a no trump, which for them is 10-13. Absolute madmen over there in Australia playing this vulnerable. But 2 diamonds just natural from North. East made a takeout double, it looks like, according to their agreements, and South raised to 3 diamonds, which I think is absolutely insane by South. Like, what are you doing here? Raising 2 diamonds to 3, that's crazy. Like, even at match points, that would be a wild bid. East-West, I think, unfortunately for them, just had a bit of a no-trump range accident or no-trump range fault here, where East with the 13 count ups at their partner's range doesn't know that their side has a game. So they didn't come back in, but they still collect plus 150. And we think that this is going to be at least plus 200. So Pete Hollins is going to be on top in terms of imps, but not by enough after this hand to call it a victory. So they're going to need to either pick up some beers, some more imps, some more board of match points. Otherwise, they're still trailing in the match. I have no idea what Declare is doing right now. Why is Declare like deep in the tank? I mean, are they trying to make 4 clubs? I don't think that's a very reasonable thing to do. I would certainly lead the Queen of Spades out of hand if I was Declare. Try and get a count signal from the opponents. Because a lot of times when you're in a really, really weak trump suit, one of the main methods of scoring some tricks is to try and cash all your side suit winners and then exit to the opponents and force them to lead trumps for you. So here, if Declare cashes 3 rounds of spades and then goes ace of hearts and a heart, they're going to be a lot better positioned to possibly score 3 club tricks at the end, or at least get a heart ruff in the east hand, which would be really helpful with a small trump. But man, Declare is spending a lot of time thinking. Leads the 4 of spades to the king. Kind of a strange play. Maybe North-South are playing standard count and attitude. Wow, and then plays a club to the jack. Yeah, I don't. This is not a play. Not how we want to be playing this hand. So North is in. Does exit the heart queen at this point. So Declare wins the heart ace. I mean, probably should unblock the ace queen of spades, but I think at this point Declare has conceded themselves to the idea that they're just going to try and play for the clubs to split. So club to the ace, club to the king, hope the spades unblock, hope to ruff a red card to the east hand, and then cash the last spade. Get out for down 2. Or down 1, I mean. Down 1. Yeah, I mean, I guess if West is a sponsor, then it makes a lot more sense why Joanna Stansby is playing on the team. So 2 rounds of spades. Declare is going to exit a heart, and South is in fact going to be end played into giving that 6 of clubs a trick. No way for North to get in to pull Dummy's last trump. North discards the beer card, but was not going to score it on defense anyway. So 8 imps go the way of Pete Hollins for going plus on defense at both tables. Could have been a much larger penalty, but I think they're going to be happy with that result overall. And I would say in some ways, you could look at this hand and be like, oh yeah, North-South did great. They preempted up to 3 diamonds. But in reality, I would call this like a little bit of a miscommunication North-South competitively, because if South is bidding 2 diamonds on this sort of hand, I mean, yes, you want to bid 3 diamonds on the North cards. It is the bid that you would like to make, but you get yourself into a lot of trouble if you do that when your partner can have garbage like this. So I feel like a little bit of a partnership incompatibility. Not that surprising between an American and an Australian. On to the next board, a spade, pass, and East decides to game force with 2 hearts. I'm very surprised by that decision. But maybe East is just not happy with the way the previous hand went and decided to simplify the auction here for their partner by bidding 2 hearts instead of a 3-heart invite, which looks a little bit more practical and probably more what the hand is worth. So West rebids 2-no. I mean, I'm not a huge hand of fast arrival, but this feels like a hand where at this point we just jump to 4 hearts on these cards. Like, once we've decided to game force, I think we just bid 4 hearts on the East hand. That has to be the best contract. Like, if partner bids 3-no, are we really letting them out? I don't think so. I mean, it seems like East is bidding 3 hearts in the hopes of finding a slam if partner has the right cards, and West is unlimited. But I feel like maybe 4 hearts would be the practical choice. No spade fit, no spade honor. Like, what is a 4-club Q bid gonna do for you? Are you seriously queuing 4 diamonds back? Not sure. So anyway, East bids 4 hearts, over 3-0. And that's going to end the auction. Very fortunate heart layout. I mean, at some point, Declare does deserve to get a little bit of luck, but off 3 aces cashing immediately and needs no outstanding club ruff, needs a favorable heart layout. 4 hearts does come home, though. It was reached in the other room as well. Same type of auction, a spade past 2 hearts, and West rebids 3 clubs. End up getting to 4 hearts over there. So both pairs electing to just game force the East hand. It does simplify the auction, which has a lot going for it. South cashing all of their aces. And it does get out a club. But stiff king of hearts pops up. East really tried to just claim here. I mean, I think you need to play a heart to the queen. I don't know about that claim. Maybe East is tired. I can understand that. I can totally understand that. So push board. We got 6 more boards in the official match, but then there's a potential to play a couple more boards of tie breaks if that's where things end up. North opens a heart. Very nice hand. 20 count over there. No, 18 count. East gets to overcall 2 clubs, 6-card club suit. So it looks like North-South are not playing 3 hearts mixed here, or maybe they have agreements that you can't bid a mixed raise with 4-3-3 in this spot. I mean, it's not a great hand, but in terms of like what sort of values do we think that South has for a mixed raise? It's something like this, you know, king and a couple of queens and 4 trumps. North bids the game. East decides not to take another call. I mean, I get it. East's hand is pretty bad. The king 10, 9, 6 the clubs is not a great suit, but you are favorable. And I think it's pretty likely, given what East's hand looks like, that the opponents are going to be making 4 hearts. So this is a position that I wouldn't hate. Second action from East to take out double over 4 hearts, hoping that partner can bid 4 spades or 5 clubs and we can escape for like 500 or something. I mean, how many tricks do we need to take in 5 clubs for it to be like barely a loss at 800? We would need to go down 4 and make only 7 tricks. What is that, like Queen Doubleton of clubs and out gives us a decent play for it? I think maybe East was a little bit conservative here. And I am really not a fan of the the Queen of Hearts lead. I think one way that East could have actually beaten this contract was if that Queen of Hearts scored a trick, which I think could happen if Declare is off like the King Queen of Hearts, let's say. Takes a first round heart finesse and then decides to play for like a 2-2 heart split and play for the drop next. Would be one possible way to score a 4th defensive trick. Because what does East really think is going to happen? We lead the Queen of Hearts and then somehow we're actually going to take the Ace of Spades, Ace of Diamonds, King of Clubs, and get one more trick here? Seems pretty unlikely. So Ace of Spades and a spade. Declare gets to ditch their club loser. And will lose 2 diamonds from here, but can just pull trumps. And in fact, it does look like Declare is going to score beer, which is possibly important because the diamonds split. Diamonds 3-3 means Declare actually doesn't need to rough that fourth round of diamonds in dummy. So this will be 10 tricks and the beer for Team Pete Hollins. And we'll see a claim. Oh no, we're supposed to play out beers. I forgot. So North gets to rough, heart to the 10, heart to the jack, cash the ace of clubs, cash a heart, 7 of diamonds. And Kaplan actually just writes to the table that he's doing that. He's playing it out to score the beer as per the contest rules, I think. I think this is more of an unofficial rule. Like, you don't need to do this. I mean, in real life, normally you wouldn't need to do it for beer. But yeah, we had a little bit of confusion in the past, especially because on live stream, we can't see the claims that players make. So not that difficult of a beer to score. Hey, Game King. We'll see if it comes into play. I don't know what's happening in the other room, so we don't really have a method of tracking beers, but that could be a tiebreaker. Is the level reasonable in the finals? Well, casual standard, I think we've seen a little bit below casual standard. But I mean, we do have some good players here. I mean, we have Bermuda Bowl gold medalist Adam Kaplan sitting north and Pete Hollins south, who are two Bermuda Bowl competitors. So, and then Joanna Stansby for many years was one of the best female players in the U.S. A heart, 2 hearts for north-south. West not coming in with a spade, opposite a past hand partner. I like that choice, but we have seen West to be like ultra conservative overall. So a heart, 2 hearts, 3 no looks like offering a choice of games. North has 4 triple 3. Does decide to pass. So this could get exciting based on the opening lead. I mean, I'm certain this West is just going to lead a spade. Yeah, I think a spade is probably the right lead against this sequence. South shouldn't really have a hand that's gambling in a spot like this, at least not in my opinion. I think if South has like a long heart suit and is gambling, they would probably prefer to wager on 4 hearts with all their shortness. So I suspect the 3-no choice of games is probably exactly 5-3-3-2 of some fashion. And therefore, with all of West's outside entries, maybe it makes more sense to go after setting up the spade suit. Like if partner has queen and a spade. Well, queen and a spade might not do it, but like queen third of spades or something, or king doubleton. Ten tricks available, double dummy. So we run all of our hearts and spades, and we come down to a 5-card ending. But East can just keep the diamonds. East has to keep Jack Doubleton and West has to keep King Doubleton. Oh, yeah. It's one of the frozen suit. Well, yeah, it's just the typical frozen suit thing. Oh my. 11 imps come through on board 5. Ooh, this is what I was talking about. Did East take a second call? Well, kind of. West took a first call. What are the Aussies doing? I mean, sometimes it works against them, but sometimes it works for them. This time it looked like it worked out pretty well for them. They find their spade fit and do get to find the spade sacrifice over 4 hearts. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, it looks like the defense might have slipped a trick, but still 300 would have been a big swing anyway, if they were able to hold it to that. So 11 big imps, Pete Hollins way in the lead. Oh, yeah. No redouble. I mean, the Aussies would never play a redoubled contract because they know that their partner is always the one who's being a jokester on every hand. Their partner never has anything. I mean, for all 4 of them at the table, when they sit down to play bridge, it's just a style thing. So Declare is running the heart suit, trying to score some over tricks if they can. All the spades have been discarded from East-West, so Pete is definitely going to cash the queen and king of spades right now. No, just kidding. He's going to cash the king and then queen of spades. Fair enough. I mean, the way these frozen suit situations work is you want to make sure that you end up in the hand where you can potentially pin a singleton honor. So in this case, if, for example, East had come down to singleton jack of clubs, Declare would be in the wrong hand to have played for it. But Pete has been keeping count of the diamond and club suits and realizes that diamonds are no longer a threat. I mean, East did not pass throughout with 8 diamonds, and so yeah, now East is in with the diamond king. A club's going to come back, and in fact, this is going to pick up the entire club suit for Declare. In a spot like this against strong opposition, you don't really have a guess because strong opponents would never get themselves end played like this. Like West would always have won that diamond and then played a club through if East had the king of clubs. So Declare shouldn't have a guess in this end position when a club comes back. Against weak opponents, I mean, anything could be happening. $11 tricks. Well done from Pete Hollins there to take the maximum. Picks up an 11 count. Is it their styled open in first seat? Yes, it is. So club. West should probably make a takeout double. I know that's not everyone's cup of tea to double with hands like this where you have longer clubs than diamonds, but if you pass with these sorts of hands, then you can get blown out, especially when the opponents are going to be aggressive like these guys. So club double, a heart from North. Not playing transfers, I guess. East has a really nice hand. Decides to start with a 2-club cubed, take things slow. I think that makes a lot of sense. I mean, I honestly would not have hated just to jump to 5 diamonds on East cards. Like, if South has a heart fit, maybe we blow them out of finding a 5 heart save. Or maybe they bid 5 hearts and partner winds it around them. Do I play two clubs, game forcing or invitational plus? These sorts of cubids tend to be forcing through suit agreement. So two clubs, so West bids two spades here. Three diamonds I would play as forcing. And then if West raises to four diamonds, I would play that as non-forcing. I think that's the best way to play it, and I think that's what most people do. And it looks like that's East's intention here, is that three diamonds is forcing. Obviously, I mean, East has a game force. East has a huge hand. So I wouldn't be surprised if West passes, but I think the normal way to do these things is that these cubids tend to be forcing through suit agreement. Okay, three diamonds, three now. So now four diamonds, I mean, I think would be forcing because West has confirmed a game force with three now. So if East wants to make a slam going move, they could try four diamonds here. If East had an invite, could they not double one heart? Or if single suited, then jump as an invite? So most people would play jumps are preemptive, I think. Like, pass by East would show nothing. So two diamonds would already show some stuff in this sequence. And so I think the like two diamonds shows like a little bit of something. Three diamonds would be preemptive. And then cubid and then three diamonds is like close to game forcing, but like effectively invitational. Is the way to do it. A double of a heart would be natural after a takeout double. Like, you can't just let them steal your 4-4 heart fit just because this person decides to bid with 4 hearts to the 7 over here. So like double shows hearts and 2 hearts also shows hearts, which is a little bit weird, but like that's like the conventional agreement. Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit of psych protection as well. East putting a lot of faith in their partner, and I worry that this is a bit misguided. We've already played 4 of a minor once in this set, so I'm a little bit nervous that West is going to pass this. I would be very nervous as East that West is just going to pass this. I think this is probably the correct bid on East's hand. Like, East still has a good enough hand that I would be interested in looking for slam. Intended as Q. Okay, sure, whatever. I mean, 1 club is 2+. Like, sure, maybe 2 clubs natural here would have some merit, but I don't think that's what anyone plays. Tough spot for West? I don't think so. West's hand isn't very good, and they have minimum diamond support. I would just raise to 5 diamonds. I don't see any reason to cubid 4 hearts or make a push for slam. Like, the Queen of Hearts is not a good card. Isn't 4-0 to play? I mean, sure, but like, we didn't have a club stopper to start with. Like, I don't know if I even like 3-0 trump on the West hand with only Jack third of clubs. But yes, I would definitely not be bidding 4-0 here. I agree with you. I think 4-0 should be to play in this spot. West has been a little bit of a slow player, but it looks like we're keeping up with the other table. They're also on the same hand. In fact, similar auction on the previous board gets them to 3-0. They avoid the 5-3 heart fit as well at that table. I mean, obviously looking at the hand, we would prefer to be in 4 hearts, but getting to 3-0 is not all that unreasonable with those 2 hands. Okay, West comes out with 5 diamonds, which I think is for sure the correct call. South leads a heart. I guess we put in the queen. I mean, if North turns up with a heart king, then South has to have both the spade ace and club queen. So, I mean, I would be, oh my god. The other table played 2 hearts on the east. Oh boy. What was I just saying? Both double of 1 heart and 2 hearts are natural in this spot. And East didn't think that was the case. But that's, I would say, like, standard expert for takeout doubles in these positions. Yeah, so big moment of truth here. Is Declare going to play a diamond to the 10 or a diamond to the ace? They do play a diamond to the ace, and they're going to be very pleased to see that Jack of Diamonds come down. Now, just a simple matter of leading up to both black suit honors after we pull the last trump. The 11-point opener has the Jack of Diamonds a bit too frequently. Yeah. That's a good point. No beer for playing in a diamond contract. So even if Declare manages to take the last trick with the 7 of diamonds here, it won't count. But I mean, big swing going back the way of Team Kachung. So this is going to be, what? 12 imps going back their direction. So it's going to be 21-7. Oh, and of course you have to win by 7 imps for it to be considered an imp victory. So it will come down to beers, which means that, I mean, this board 5. So not only did they score a beer here, but they did pick up 11 imps because the other table didn't play in 4 hearts. They got to the 4 spade save. And that's a big deal because that 1 beer could be the tiebreaker. So ace of hearts to pitch a spade or club, it doesn't really matter. Lead up towards the spade king. Ruff a heart. No, they play club to the king. Okay, fair enough. I mean, if we ruff a heart and lead back the 10 of spades and South hops up with the ace to like force us again in hearts, then South gets squeezed. Would be funny. Or, sorry, if South exits the queen of clubs or something. "12 tricks available. South gets squeezed on a trump after roughing a heart. That's not true, right? There's no strip squeeze against South. Like, if you lead a spade up, well, you play a spade and South just pitches a spade. Or, sorry, you play a trump and South just pitches down to ace, queen, doubleton of spades, and then you lead a spade up and South plays the queen, right? Like, South doesn't need to hop up with the ace of spades when you lead up towards the king and dummy. South plays the queen, denies you the spade communication and entry to the west hand, and then eventually scores a long club trick. Yeah. I mean, if South's clubs were like finessable or end playable, then that squeeze would work. Like if Declare had the 9 of clubs instead of South, then the squeeze would actually operate. But yeah. Good idea, though. I like the idea. West opens 3 spades in first seat. North doesn't have enough stuff to bid. So this will pass around to South. Should South balance? South does decide to balance. 3 spades double. I mean, 3-0 is kind of the practical bid on North's cards. Oh my god, the other table got to 6 clubs? What? How? I mean, am I about to find out? Is that where we're going with this? Like, partner made a balancing double. I wouldn't necessarily be like looking for a slam opposite that. And yeah, North does make, I think, the most sensible choice of just bidding 3-0. I don't really see what to do other than lead the king of spades. Yeah, East figures the same. So king of spades ducked. Spade continuation winning, and Declare is just going to try the ace king of clubs, realize that they've gotten pretty lucky. The diamond hook does work. So if he wants to play for an over trick, depending on how the play goes. Like, I can definitely imagine West making an error of pitching the 10 of diamonds at some point. I think it tends to be good defensive technique to always keep a trick or a card in every suit when your Declare is running a suit against you. Okay, so Declare does decide to play a diamond to the ace, which will not allow West to make a defensive error from here. But yeah, now the problem is going to be if West pitches 2 hearts. And then starts throwing spades. I mean, if we work out that West has the ace of hearts, then West's shape has been fully counted out. Well, we'll see what happens. So, like, I think as West, I would absolutely have pitched a spade on the 3rd round of clubs there. I would then pitch another spade on the 4th round of clubs here. Because we know that Declare has 2 more clubs to cash. We can decide to pitch 2 small hearts on the last 2 clubs, if we've been counting out the hand. Yeah, now West throws a spade, but that early heart discard gives a lot away. I mean, it really sounds like West has the ace of hearts when they pitch a heart like this. So now West has decided to pitch a couple of spades, but okay, and West actually does come down to ace doubleton of hearts. So I think West did a pretty good job overall, ultimately. But it's not going to matter at the end of the day. Still going to be 11 imps going the way of Team Pete Hollins. I mean, what happened in the other room? We got a fucking Australia. God damn it. Every one of them is a psychopath over there. Like, 4 spades. Pass. And South decided to balance with double. And then North blasted 6 clubs. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what you're supposed to do after a 4-spade preempt. I mean, maybe you just defend 4 spades doubled, knowing that your opponents are insane. I think that is probably a good thing to do on the North cards, but I understand why North thought that there might have been a potential slam. All of the red suit finesses rated to work. Still feels optimistic to bid 6 clubs. I mean, anyway, board 9. So Pete Holland's back on top by 15 imps. A diamond, a heart, double showing 4 or 5 spades. Ooh, look at this. A fancy convention. I like it. 3 diamonds, mixed raise, and hearts. East decides to bid 3 hearts to establish the game force at these colors. So it probably goes 3 hearts, 3 spades, 3 no. Pass? I don't know. I mean, I think West is supposed to pass 3 no, but you don't feel great about it. Like, what's the alternative? I mean, Whoa! This gives East-West a way out. Oh my. Now they can just smack this. And I think as West, I would absolutely smack this. You haven't found a spade. What is 4 spades? Stop! No! You had a way back into the match. Hey, Koopa. Bridge Brawl Finals, I know. Oh, disaster. Yeah, I just... This is never good bridge. Pete, I know that you're going to see this later. Pete, I'm talking to you. This is not good bridge. You and your Aussie friends just like passing and then deciding to bid a game. Like, you give the opponents every opportunity to do the right thing. I don't know. I mean, maybe it's strategic. We've seen this East-West pair not be comfortable doubling the opponents throughout this entire set. So maybe that's the thought process. But I mean, if you're going to do this, just do it over 3 hearts. Like, East has made a game force. You don't want them to figure out whether or not they have a spade fit or whether or not 3 no trump is playable. Or if they have a diamond fit, for that matter. Just bid directly. Put you in, Coach. Koopa, you would have won this match by a landslide. Like Kaplan is, I think, a pretty solid down-the-middle player, and Pete Hollins is Australian, so you would have collected so many numbers against these guys. Like, there just needs to be someone to rein Pete in a little bit, you know? Like, hold him back. Like, Pete is that stereotypical guy who's like, hold me back. I'm going after him. And wait, I'm waiting. This might make. Oh, I mean, I'm sure it might. Yeah, the King of Clubs lead did not exactly help out the defense. I mean, for one thing, it gives Declare tempo to pick up the pitch a heart on 2 rounds of diamonds, but secondly, it allows Declare to pick up the club suit, which they might not have done on their own. Well, the other room went down 2 and 3 no trump. So if this does make, that's going to be what? That's going to be 13 imps, and we're going to have, once again, a tied match in terms of the tournament tiebreakers. And then it's all going to come down to the beers, which we know for a fact this table, Pete Hollins has scored 1 beer. Yeah, I mean, if Declare works out exactly where all the cards are, then they're going to have no trouble on this hand. And given that North has turned up with the King, Queen of Clubs, probably has a heart honor of some kind, which is the reason they didn't lead hearts. I think the Queen of Spades is most likely marked with South, or very likely to be in South's hand. So I don't actually think there's much to the play. I think you're right. We should pitch a heart on the Ace King of Diamonds first, just in case. But then Ace King of Diamonds, pitch a heart, King of Spades, spade to the Jack, pull a third round of trumps, knock out the Club Queen, and the hand's just over. No beer. Maybe that's what West is thinking about, trying to score the beer. I hope not. I really hope not. So what happened in the other room? I mean, I think I know what happened in the other room. Yeah, they had a very similar type of auction. Over 3 spades, East bid 3-0. South did not bid 4 hearts. And then South led their 5-card suit against 3-0 trump, which sometimes just beats the contract, and it did here. All right, Ace of Diamonds, King of Diamonds, pitch a heart. Yeah, the 620 comes back. I mean, I think what North was reasoning was that on this type of auction, a heart lead might not be all that effective because West is very likely to have a singleton heart, which I think is very reasonable, right? Like, why would West bid 4 spades if they are in a known 5-2 spade fit unless they have really short hearts? So a heart lead is pretty impractical. It's very unlikely to actually set up a trick or be necessary to cash out tricks. And so North was thinking, let's set up a club instead. Clubs are an unbid suit. I mean, East didn't bid clubs. East opened diamonds, and West never bid clubs. So a club could be very reasonable. You'd lead the heart queen. I think a heart queen is reasonable. Yeah. But in terms of like why North didn't lead a heart, I think this was entirely the rationale. East has a strong hand without spade support. Yep. That is correct. That doesn't mean that East-West have to have the ace and jack of clubs, though. Like, South could have the jack of clubs. Like, let's say we lead heart, and partner has a diamond card of some sort. And so we lead a heart, and they win the ace, and then they pull trumps, and then they knock out partner's diamond card. And now we switch to clubs, but it's too late. I think I like North's choice of a club, but obviously it didn't work out, and I don't think this hand is all that representative of it not working out. I think that this hand is very atypical of what West's hand should look like for this 4-spade bid. If East has 18 points, what are they if they have a doubleton spade and not much in hearts? Well, they do have much in hearts is the thing. Like, East bid 3-0, right? So I think East is very likely to have some heart holding that's like King-Jack. King-Jack third is very possible. So like if we lead a heart away from the queen and declare sticks in the jack, they set up a heart discard for something else. I think that is a very likely layout. I think that this layout where West has a doubleton heart and East has king small doubleton is pretty unlikely. but I don't think it's wrong to lead your side suit. Like, you bid and raised hearts, and sometimes that's the right thing to lead. But I think North had quite a strong thought process for why they led a club, and I'm in agreement on the club lead here. Anyway, I mean, like, East West could have saved themselves a lot of trouble by just doubling 4 hearts. You don't like the reasoning for a club lead? That's okay. 1 club by South. Okay, East a passed hand. What is West going to do here? I mean, I'm a 1 spade bidder, of course. I think there's enough of a chance that we need to play in 4 spades over 4 hearts on a hand like this that I think it would be a real shame to not find a spade fit. I could totally get behind a diamond overcall. Like, when you overcall diamond, you're basically gambling that this is not a game contract hand, and you want to make sure that you get the right lead. Which is okay. I think a diamond's fine. I think 1 spade's better, but a diamond's fine. Yeah, North just makes a practical choice, bids 3 no. So East on lead. I don't really see a reason to not lead partner suit, but I mean, I suppose we could lead the Jack of spades or something. If you're gonna lead a spade from this holding, the Jack is better than a low one to start unblocking the suit. East tries a heart. Oh my god. The Australians are trying to throw the match at the other table. They go for 1,100 sticks and wheels over there. A diamond, a spade, 2 spades by North. Okay, so it was a precision diamond opener. 2 spades by North. And East decides to bid 3 spades on only 3 card support with a singleton diamond. Gross. I think Pete Holland's team would have been better off if they had flipped the pairs playing at the 2 different tables. So if they had gotten the hyper-aggressive, insane Australian pairs to sit here opposite the players who are never going to double them, then they would be doing a lot better. Well, in 3-no, it looks like Declare has quite a few tricks available. 3 diamonds, 4 hearts, a spade and 2 clubs off the top is 10. You can develop an extra club trick if you have the entries. Maybe you don't even need the entries. Maybe you can just lead the 10 of clubs out of the North hand, and that magically picks up this club holding. It's not a very normal play to make. I mean, I guess you could go like King of clubs, 10 of clubs for the same effect. It's also pretty unlikely Declare is going to pick off the clubs, because once they find out West has 5 diamonds and 1 heart, they'll never play West for a doubleton club, because that would give them a 5-card spade suit that they didn't bid. So diamond to the Jack. Maybe heart to the 10. Okay, Declare goes King of Hearts first. West needs to make some discards. Probably a discouraging spade is the first thing to go. Now heart to the 10. West can pitch another spade, giving count if they want to show their remaining even number. Although it is possible, and an observant declarer could make use of this fact, it's still going to be very difficult for a declarer in any capacity to believe that West has 5 spades, though. Another diamond, up with the ace this time. Not sure why we're taking the ace at this point. It just makes declarer's job a little bit easier. Otherwise, they would have had to squander yet another entry to take another diamond finesse later. And I think West should know diamonds are 5-1 when partner didn't lead one at trick 1. If East had a doubleton diamond, they would definitely prefer their own suit, or their partner's suit, to whatever bad heart suit they have. All right, spade comes through. East gets to pick up the king, but declare has the rest. So how many imps is this? 1100 and 660 is 440, which is 10. Sounds like 10. So that'll put Kachung ahead by 8, which means they're going to be the winners of the match. Oh my god. The very last board. And they pick up exactly what they need to win. Wow. You can't say this wasn't entertaining. We're going to have scored 72 imps and 10 boards. Lots of double-digit swings all over the place. Not sure why we're playing this one out. We do just have a claim. Spade to the queen, diamond to the 10. 10 imps to Kachung, and they are your Bridge Brawl winners. Ooh, this looks like an exciting hand, but we will not get to see it play out. So, congrats to them. They win the match by 8 imps, which is basically they win the match by 1 imp.